If you would have told me 4 or 5 years ago that Endeavor, one of the, top heroes in My Hero Academia, the full-blown attitude menace, treated his family like crap, that in 2021, he would rise up and become one of my favorite characters of the My Hero Academia story, I would have told you, fam, you on some bull right now. You trying to troll me. There's no way that could be possible that an Endeavor moment in the manga would make me tear up or get at the very least emotional, and I would have just been like, no, you're lying. But I'm not even gonna lie, man. Chapter 300, chapter 299 and 300 show a different side of My Hero Academia, show that this story doesn't always rely and need those big action pieces, which, don't get me wrong, they be fire as well with the League of Villains especially, but it can also invoke emotion and do some incredible storytelling in different facets. It could do it with different characters. It's not relying on strictly like the Bakugos, Dekus, and Todorokis of the story. Like, you could go to a side hero like Hawks, you could do a side hero like Endeavor, which Endeavor's not really a side hero, but you get the point. It's not the main trio, so to speak, and do some phenomenal stuff, because chapters 299 and 300, yeah, it was on one, but especially like the emotional aspect, and honestly making me tear up and feel really, really sad for a character that I once thought, like, you piece of dog rap. My Hero Academia on some different type of, but nevertheless, greatness. Let's talk.
No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done.
Okay, people, so where we left off, we talked about 298. We did not talk about 299 and 300, and we're going to start off with 299 because it's interesting how both of them focused primarily on one character. 299 focusing on Hawks, 300 on Endeavor, but 299 we got the full-on backstory of Hawks, everything that led to this point, and I gotta be honest with you, is it just me, or did his parents kind of remind you, and his whole situation in general, remind you of Breaking Bad? If you remember in Breaking Bad, and I think Jesse like went to their house and he eventually, what was he, slammed like a TV on one of their heads or some shit like that. They reminded me of those people from Breaking Bad. Because getting to the backstory, we find out that Hawks' father, he had killed someone back in the day, and he was just really freaking abusive to Hawks and the mom. He talked shit to Hawks at one given point, saying, man, I wish this kid wasn't born. Like, just absolute despicable scum of society. People talk shit about Endeavor, and Endeavor did some things, but you can't compare, and I think that's interesting as well. And the comparison of a theory, a major theory that I have for that matter, of what Hawks is going to do after what he said at the end of 299, and we'll get to that, but just seeing the parallels of like, yo, Endeavor was a piece of shit, but he was a piece of shit for his selfish purpose of trying to do something grandiose so that would have benefit people at the very least. Like, Hawks' father was just garbage, like straight up doesn't deserve to breathe type of motherfucker for the way he treated his family, like on a different level of scumbag. And then to find out that essentially at one given point, like, you're gonna be hopeless, you're not going to believe in something good being able to happen to you, you're not going to believe in heroes and things like that until it actually comes to your front doorstep, and finding out that it was Endeavor that arrested his father and freed him essentially from that lifestyle of this piece of shit, abusive, his mother, this and that. Like, it really showcased Endeavor changed Hawks' life. And then seeing the moments that the organization approached Hawks' mom and said, yo, we could get rid of the name, everything, we could give you a brand new life, we want the kid though, also show that the mom was kind of a piece of shit as well. Like, he had two very, very selfish parents. The father was garbage, the mother wasn't that great either. We even find out later on in the chapter that she was the one that sold out Hawks' information. Hawks had it bad. But I think a lot of these last two chapters, 299, one of the main core elements that I love about it is redemption. Like, so Hawks came from a really bad upbringing of two terrible parents, just a horrible life, that then, he went from that to this organization. No kid want to be a part of some organization and all this shit. You want to be a kid, So to come from that and to be able to redeem yourself, despite the fact that as well, one of the things that was put out in the media was, oh, Hawks' dad was a piece of shit, a murderer and things like that. There's a lot of redemption that is to be had. And also at the same time, you got between the people in the world of My Hero and even fans of My Hero looking at it like, no, there's no redemption. And is there redemption for a man? That's something that kept ringing off to me in these two chapters. And little by little, you're just getting an idea of the world now in My Hero. The world building is crazy now at this point, because in 299, Best Genius having to pull over the Genius Venus Mobile, the Batmobile, whatever, to stop some thugs, because now thugs are brave. Like, they've seen society is falling and people are just going crazy left and right. So it's just giving us an idea that things is really messed up in the hero world right now. Like, we really need a new symbol of peace, or just in general somebody to restore order, because it's bad out there. And then, like I said earlier, finding out that Hawks' mom was the one that sold him out and gave all that info to Dabi is just shit. You know what I'm saying? It really sucks that he was backstabbed and treated like trash, and his parents, he was unfortunately not blessed with great people, and that really sucks, because you got to think about it. For her to be in that stronghold, in that position, and to still sell out her son and all this shit, yeah, you ran away because you were a coward. But also the freedom that Hawks got, like, if you think about it, he's been liberated from everything. His father being away, his mother ditching, so he don't got to worry about his mother anymore after she sold out all the information. The lies is out there in the open, and the commission has shut down. I don't know if it's temporary or permanent that he was involved in. He's actually being liberated. So he was liberated from everything that was holding him down at this point. Now he's capable of being himself and living his truth. And even that little flashback, like, honestly, 299 was just, it was a great chapter. Maybe people would have looked at it like, oh, it was just a Hawks chapter, but even going into his mom getting him the Endeavor doll and how symbolic that was of him being able to believe in a hero, like it was a doll and then it became real. Looking back, like, at first we thought, you know, when you get Hawks meeting Endeavor and their encounter and whatnot, you think like, he's just a disrespectful fuck, like he's not respecting. No, he really looked at him and probably even worshipped him to a degree, but he kept it low key. All around 299, it was really tying a lot of loose ends and kind of, I don't want to say completing, but somewhat giving some closure to Hawks' character arc. Again, there could be a lot more to come, but tying everything nicely felt really good in this chapter. I felt great about the way they did Hawks' character in 299. And then the ending of 299, when Hawk says that he wants to clear Endeavor's name using his origin. Here's my crazy theory right there for 299. I think Hawks is going to try and fabricate, like, you know, this is the one thing that he can do for his hero. What if he basically tries to put out there and essentially destroy Dabi's credibility? Because there was already one strike against his credibility regarding the best genius being dead thing, which we found out a little more in this chapter of, like, that his body was, you know, put into the state of truly looking like you're dead or whatnot. But what if he adds to the fact, and it would really clear up Endeavor's name, if he says, no, I'm Touya Todoroki, him having the bandages and the burns and whatnot. What if he says like, no, I'm him, I'm the son, so this guy is a fraud? That would be insane, and he has the technology to do it, to fake DNA and all sorts of shit. It would blow over great for the public. It would also be him paying back to the hero that saved him some point and now saving his reputation. That's just a crazy theory, but curious what you guys think about that. And then the beautiful transition from Hawks worshipping Endeavor and, you know, him saving him and all of this, and him saying what he can do to help Endeavor now and save his hero, transitioning into 300 being a major Endeavor-centric chapter was great. I mean, it started off once again giving even more ideas into the world building at this point of the My Hero Academia society, criminals just going bonkers, and then on top of that, the existence of nobles around the nation is making people go even more crazy. Like, again, the villains truly won in almost every sense of it. Like, the heroes are all knocked out, society is to shits, like, it's bad, to the point where even like small little petty criminals that even Bakugo stopped chapters ago, arcs ago at this particular point, are causing mayhem, and civilians are trying to take it into their own hands to fight back. Like, the thing is though, even if you have like all these gadgets, like, just because you got the gadgets like Batman doesn't make you Batman. So like, they're also causing unnecessary destruction, casualties, things like that, trying to fight back with their businesses and shit like that. And honestly, it feels as though My Hero Academia has been, for the last year or so, really a reflection of society over here in the West, between like everything that happened last summer and just earlier this year alone. It feels as though My Hero has been an interesting reflection of Western society, at the very least, according to, you know, Kohei Horikoshi's perspective. That's what I feel. And showing the frauds, which is perfect that now, you know, with the jail escapees, the prison escapees and whatnot, Stain is going to be out, because like, you got that number 9 hero that he's stepping down and he's like, oh no, but it's really that they're frauds, and it's weeding out all of the frauds of society now, especially for the heroes and whatnot, that they were only doing it because like, you know, I could be a hero, get the shine, get the bag, so to speak, and I don't really got to do shit because we got All Might. And then after All Might, like, yo, we got Endeavor, we got, you know, top 5 is gonna take care of things. What, I'm gonna be a hero and I ain't gonna lift a finger. And now the frauds are being exposed, and it was so powerful, in my opinion, so powerful, seeing the All Might statue with his arm up but with the sign sign wrapped around his neck, I am not here. That is a very, very interesting visual representation of just society's trust in heroes and where everything is at right now. Like, these last couple of chapters have really shown society's in a terrible state, worse than it's ever been, especially from the beginnings of My Hero, where everything felt like it was in order, that All Might put everybody in their place and had everything in a happy, smiley place, to see now a sign, I am not here. Yeah, society's broken. But then we get a part of the chapter, one of my favorite parts, like, not my favorite, but one of my favorites. Seeing Stain, he's of course escaped from prison as well, and he's going into the store, and he's going into, which again, this is all his bag right here, seeing like heroes are stepping down because they don't want to actually be heroes, they just wanted the shine and the look of it and whatnot, and him saying basically that like this weeded them all out, this kind of sterilized who's real, who's really about it being a hero, and who was just on some bullshit. And on top of that, the fact that they were putting all this weight on the shoulders of one man. First it was All Might, then Endeavor, like seeing Stain going to get a sword, getting ready. Maybe Stain is now going to rock like a vigilante and not really go after heroes and you know, the ideology that he had before, because now he's going to probably feel like there's not really fake heroes. What was a hero at this point is because they really want to do this. They really believe in this shit. They have the real ideology, that real All Might symbol of peace type of vibe. So he might even be running up in the streets and being a vigilante that I would love to see. Yes, protect Stain at all costs, goddammit. And then the part of the chapter that honestly, best part of the chapter, very, very sad stuff. Endeavor, he's in the hospital bed, a lot of regrets going through his mind. He's under medications and shit because he's still all messed up. He went through hell in the fights in this war, and he's saying how he, you know, has regrets that he was frozen in place, like he had an opportunity to save his son, and because of Dabi and, you know, Touya, essentially this whole thing, that he couldn't really save Shoto, so Shoto got fucked up, and you could just see it in his face, man, the pain. Like, Horikoshi really did a great job of just, you see the pain, all those emotions that are being explained via text, you're seeing it on Endeavor's face. And when he says, I'm reaping what I've sowed, I might get to live on, but Endeavor died back there. It's just one thing after another. He was already regretful, right? Prior to the big war that we just had, he was regretful. He was trying to make amends. He was trying to be a better person. You know, training Shoto, Deku, and Bakugo was a way of him trying to bond with his son and teach his son in the right manner and change and start over a new leaf. Even when he was having those nightmares and saying the best thing I could do is give my family a home away from me. Like, he was on the path, but nobody was giving him a chance. And then just seeing him all fucked up in this hospital, I don't know how Horikoshi did it, but he did it. He made me. And I see a lot of people that they don't feel sorry for him. They don't care. There's no redemption. And it really bothers me that if you mess up in life, there's nothing you can do to make people understand and for you to obtain redemption. Is there no redemption for a man? Like when he says, my son's a mass murderer and yet I can't fight him because, again, like, he's just riddled with regret. And then the scene of seeing Todoroki, Shoto was there with the family, hearing him, seeing his father crying, and they shut the door and they're like, he's crying. It was just powerful. And you know it was powerful when even the son, what is it, his name, Natsu? Is it Natsu or something like that? Where even he's like, oh, so you were crying. Like, you could see he's still trying to be a little defensive because he's still scarred. They're all traumatized. They all have PTSD, every last one of them, even Endeavor or whatnot. But you could even see he's feeling sympathetic and empathetic towards, like, the sister is, all of them is like, this is a really bad domestic family crisis that they've all been through, and now they're coming together. And it took a lot, and it took Dabi being a piece of trash trying to destroy his father is what's possibly saving his father and his family. And when he breaks down and says, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, oh my god, just talking about it, it's getting me emotional. These regrets, this guilt, it's too late to matter, my heart, it's that was just, again, to see a character like, I don't care what anyone says, Horikoshi, that's probably his masterpiece character right there, and one of his masterpiece moments right there, to go from the piece of shit that we all wanted to punch Endeavor in his mouth all those arcs ago when he was just talking to Shoto like if he was a piece of meat and just being a piece of trash in general, to see him go from that to seeing him saying, I'm sorry, I can't believe what I've done, like, amazing. And when his wife says, yes, what about your heart? Oh my god, even right there, if they would have ended the chapter, and to be honest with you, my first read through of it, I thought that was the last panel, and I was like, oh my god, I'm already emotional. And then we got a little bit more after that where the wife says, those regrets, that guilt, we've had it more than you. I'm here to talk to you about our family and our son Touya. And again, going back to 299, and I know you're probably thinking like, what the hell, but I really think that Hawks is going to do an incredible service to Endeavor and say that he is his son and his actual origin is Touya. That's what I think, and that's where I think at the very least in the public eye this can be fixed, but behind the scenes, tragic family moment and everything, like, and them coming together. I really wish the best for Endeavor, and again, Horikoshi just did a phenomenal job on the characterization, the character development, and this ride that is the Todoroki family. Really curious what you guys think though. Did you get emotional with the Endeavor scenes? How did you feel about Hawks' backstory? Do you think Hawks is going to go to the public and say he is actually really Touya Todoroki and, you know, fabricate some DNA, which will again be a second strike against Dabi's credibility? And where the hell do you see the story going at this point? It seems as though we've gotten some really deep characterization and character-driven chapters. I thought 300 we will be in a time skip, and, you know, a time skip still could happen, but we still got a few more loose threads to tie up. What do you think about staying like so freaking much? And your overall thoughts and expectations for My Hero Academia with chapter 301 and beyond? Man, the feels. Horikoshi has really hit the feels the last 2 chapters. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. Make sure to hit all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links are in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule. Anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace in. And yeah, that was honestly one of the most powerful moments in all of My Hero Academia. Like seeing Endeavor that in that state, that regretful state. Powerful shit. Shout outs to Horikoshi.
You